Good evening and welcome to Hoffenheim for the Champions League qualifier between Hoffenheim and Liverpool from the Rhein-Neckar Arena here in Germany. Let's look at the Hoffenheim side, starting with Barman in goal, Hubner, Volk, Bragancic, Rankovic and Zenzuba at the back five. We didn't get a close look at the team, but let's give you the actual lineups now. We'll give you the lineups now. Baumann, Bakovic, Volk, Hubner, Rupp, Kadabek, Rupp, Diameg, Zubak, Serge Gnabry, Kramovic, of course, formerly in Leicester, and Wagner, Nordveld, Doljan, Hoof, Amari, Sazalai, Geiger, and Kobel. For Liverpool, unchanged in that 3-3 draw with Watford. Simon Mignolet in goals, Alexander Arnold, Joel Matip, Dejan Lovren, Alberto Moreno, Emre Can, Jordan Anderson, Gigi Ronaldo, Salah, who looked a top player, Firmino starts, and Mane, no place, as I say, for Coutinho. On the bench is Karius, Milner, Gomez, Grujic, Klavan, Origi and Solanke. The referee tonight is Bjorn Kuipers, and we're all set to go. Liverpool, in actual fact, are going to play a 4-3-3 formation with Mane, Salah and Firmino all up front. So Jurgen Klopp really going for it here this evening. Great atmosphere. So Hoffenheim, who finished in the top 3 in Bundesliga last year, looking to try and cause 1 or 2 problems for Liverpool. So wonderful stadium they have here in Germany. Liverpool in the yellow, and the changed shirts of all yellow, of all white, I should say. The Champions League for the very first time is being commentaries for the Champions League for the very first time on the YouTube channel, and we're underway here in Germany for our maiden match between Hoffenheim and Liverpool. Liverpool, as I say, in the white shirts, Hoffenheim in all blue. And should be a cracker as Simon Mignolet gets his first touch in all green goalkeeper's jersey tonight. And now Alexander Arnold, opportunity here for him, the young lad, making his Champions League debut on the right, playing that right back tonight, long ball forward, but the Hoffenheim defence very quickly in there, and they'll get the ball back to the goalkeeper. I just think this is going to be a real battle of tuition. It's going to be an absolute thriller minute, I have to say, and I think hopefully we should set ourselves for a very interesting second leg back at Anfield as well. Of course, we're more familiar, of course, with the Liverpool side than we are with Hoffenheim. It's the first time I've ever covered Hoffenheim, so if I'm not familiar with the lineups, I do apologise. It's just that. They're an unknown quantity to me as a commentator, and I've never covered them before, so this is a new experience for me. So I would bear with me on this one. I've got the teams in front of me here anyway, so it's certainly not a problem as far as we're concerned. And we've just lost. Just lost the live footage there of the game, but we will get it back to you in just a second. And as we are looking, should be a cracking atmosphere, as I say, a marvellous occasion for the Champions League. I have to be honest with you, absolutely superb to have the Champions League back, and we can have 5 English teams in the group phase. This would be a remarkable achievement to see that happen and come to fruition, and it would be wonderful if we could see that happen. But it's well, obviously there's 2 legs to this, and the atmosphere around this game will be absolutely unpalpable. You can be rest assured of that. There's the coach there of Hoffenheim, Julian Nagelsmann. He's the manager of Hoffenheim. Done a marvellous job, and of course the man who probably knows Hoffenheim better than anyone else, he's the opposite number, Jurgen Klopp. Managed against them when he was a manager at Borussia Dortmund quite a number of years ago. The ball back with Baumann in an all red goalkeeper's outfit now, and the camera angle we've got here is not the best. It's quite high up, which makes it difficult to spot who's who actually in this Hoffenheim team, so we'll just have to play it by ear. Ball down towards the far side, and the opportunity here now. I think it's Zuber on the far side. He cuts in, or the near side. He cuts inside, deep inside Liverpool territory. Unknown quantity Hoffenheim, certainly outside of Germany. But in Germany they're quite well known, a very good side, making their possible debut if they get through. As Mingele comes a long way out, and Gnabry was chasing, and the ball is out, and they've taken the throw in quickly, but they failed to make any good use of it. But they get another throw, but Mingele there playing sweeper keeper and running a risk of conceding an early goal there as they take a throw. Zuber plays it in there now, and Zuber gets it back right to left hand side. Good start this one off a 9 there. A decent little outfit. Rupp gets it back to Zuber. Zuber plays the ball back. Good start here on the German side. Now the ball goes out to the right hand side, and to the number 3 Kaderek, and he plays that back to Volk and Hubner. 3 minutes 57 seconds gone here in this game. Remember, Liverpool hold hands at the Champions League, or the European Cup to give it its old phrase. 5 times winners of the trophy, and they got to keep it for keeps after that remarkable comeback against Milan in 2005. Won it for the 5th time, and referee has seen something there and given the old Windy Miller signals, and away go Liverpool here down this side, and it's Manny leading the charge. Firmino waiting in the centre, and he sort of fell down there, the former Southampton man, pulling down the left hand side. So Firmino's going to be the centre, Salah will play on the right, and Mane will play on the left. It looks like of that a 3-man attack here in Germany. And the ball gets played in, a lovely 1-2 there, and Hoffenheim building well down this right hand side, and they're doing terrifically well. There's the cross in there towards the penalty area, a little flick there from the defender. I think it might have been Matip who got a little touch on that, because it looks as if he was going places. Rupp has kept that one alive. Now the crossing from the left hand side, it's overhit badly, and it will still come here to number 3 Kaderbeck, and he's done well. Kaderbeck to the byline, knocks it back towards the 6-yard box, and Alexander-Arnold just about did enough, got it away from the danger, the old danger zone if you like, and then the ball back to the goalkeeper. Baumann. No, as we come up towards 5 minutes gone here in Hoffenheim, deepest Germany. Last minute we decided to go ahead with this game. English interest involved, of course. Liverpool, first time we've covered them this season in the on the channel, and we'll cover them more in the Premier League and certainly in the cup competitions and Champions League should they get that far. You'd like to think there's be at least 5 English teams in there. Manchester United are already qualified. Excuse me, as winners of the Europa League in great style back in May against Ajax of Amsterdam. No foul there. No, there was a foul there to the German side. And it was the number 14 Wagner who was fouled there on that near side. So a free kick, and Demer Beyer will take the free kick here for Hoffenheim. I'm not familiar with 1 or 2 of the names. Gramovich and Gnabry I'm familiar with from their days at Leicester City and Arsenal respectively, and it is the number 10 who knocks it into the danger zone, and again it wasn't well defended by Liverpool. They appeal for a back pass. I have to say it looks suspiciously like a back pass to me, but Matip has got away with it. There's the free kick, and Matip going in there looks as well, maybe, well, they did well. It's some. In fact, it was Lovren. He knocked the ball back with his foot, hit his hand, and then hit his head, and it came back to Simon Mingele. I don't think you could have given a back pass on closer inspection. And Liverpool just surviving a little bit. They're under the cosh a little bit in this opening 7.5 minutes of the first half here in Germany. Hoffenheim 0, Liverpool 0. And a good first half here could be, could be in the making here, but Liverpool need to come out of this with a draw or a victory here. And here's Manny on the far side. Manny to the left of the penalty area. Good overlapping run. Ball towards the penalty area. Salah couldn't reach it. Manny will still have it for Liverpool. Manny now trying to take on his man. Does so. Manny still to the mile gets his shot in. At the near post, Palman save with his legs, and the ball goes out of play for a throw to Liverpool, level with the Hoffenheim penalty area on the left-hand side. Liverpool starting to come into it a little bit more. Manny, who was top scorer last year despite an injury-hit season, did really well. Remember, they got the likes of James Milner and Divock Origi to look upon. As Joachim Low, the German manager, is in the stadium tonight, checking over one or two of the Hoffenheim players, no doubt, as he looks to select his German squad. And of course, there's international break about 2 or 3 weeks away. Of course, start of September, England in action in 2 crucial qualifiers. You'll be able to delay coverage of one of them on the YouTube channel. We're permitting, of course, and other things permitting, we'll try and bring you at least one of the qualifiers, whether it's England or one of the home nations. But our coverage will climax with the World Cup next year in Russia, and I have to say I'm really looking forward to the competition, even though we're a good sort of 11 months, a good 10 months away from the World Cup, but there's still plenty to be decided. They need the qualifiers and everything else. And Russia really needs to put on a good spectacle. If it's anything like what we saw 3 years ago from the Brazilians, I think we'll have a good World Cup, and hopefully there'll be no nonsense and no violence from any supporters and any from the participating 32 teams that do reach the world's greatest football stage. But at the moment, it's all about the Champions League, and it's all about qualifying to get into the group phase of this competition. And of course, Chelsea and Manchester United and Manchester City and Tottenham are all there. Liverpool having finished fourth after qualify, of course, and Hoffenheim now round the back again. On the left hand side, they've got 2 in the middle, and it goes down, no penalty. The referee was quite always giving it. I thought, well, that looks, well, was it? Well, he took his time to give that decision, and a penalty's been given, and Liverpool here are absolutely furious, and you can understand why. Now, it's Serge Gnabry who breaks the break. He's up against Lovren. And I think he's caught the referee. I think that's a clear dive. I think he's gone there to win the penalty. I don't think Lovren has done anything wrong. Lovren is quite clearly trying to get out of the way for me, and I think the Germans have got away with a decision here. He took his time, and it was the extra official that gave it, and I think that's a poor decision. I've got to be honest. Well, what he does do now is give Hoffenheim the real opportunity, and it's Kramaric, the former Leicester man, who's going to take the penalty against Simon Mignolet with almost 11 minutes gone here. A controversial penalty given against Liverpool, and I have to say it was rather controversial there from the officials. Certainly the man with the magic wand behind the goal might have some explaining to do when he looks at this replay. But it's Kramaric now with a left hand side run up. He'll strike it right footed, no doubt, against Simon Mignolet. Left footed, and Mignolet has saved it! Great save! Danger not passed, now it is out, and maybe just for once in this crazy game, justice has been done. Great save by Mignolet, who was at fault for a couple of the Watford goals that went past him on Saturday. But nothing wrong there. It was a poor penalty, in fact, from Kramaric, but a good save. Good eye for the goalkeeper. And maybe for once, justice in this crazy game has been done. It still remains goalless. It didn't look a penalty from first glance, I've got to be honest. And you guys who are listening to the stream, you can have your say on the incident by going to the right-hand side and messaging me, and I will read it out. But keep your comments clean, keep your comments very respectable. We are a family show. Now Chan has it for Liverpool towards the right hand side. Could this be the wake up call? Alexander-Arnold plays it in there towards Salah, who plays it into Firmino. Now Firmino again. The ball just ricocheting around the edge of the Hoffenheim penalty area. Well, it looked a controversial decision. I do think Gnabry was playing for that. And I think he meant to do what he tried to do, and in the end they got the reward of a penalty, which looked highly controversial. But the penalty itself was absolutely appalling, and maybe for once justice has been done. And in this crazy game, big up for Simon Mignolet, he made a good save, but what a poor penalty. Well, we've had drama in all our games so far that we've covered on the YouTube channel. We had a 5-goal throw on Saturday when we covered the Chelsea game. We had an eventful Community Shield. We had an eventful match at Villa Park, and we had an eventful League Cup tie last week. And and we certainly had 30 minutes of eventful Champions League football here, as both teams battle to qualify for the knockout rounds. We'll try and bring you some latest Champions League scores. We'll bring you up to date with the Championship scores at half time and at full time, because we've got so much here to go through here in this game. It's just important that we stick to this game for a long time now, because it's important. Because if I try and break out, if the scores come up on the ticker on the screen, I will bring them to you straight away, Champions League wise, because there has been some games, there is other games being played around Europe. And onside! What about this now? Salah is clean through. Salah for Liverpool, shines wide, and he kicks the ball into the back of the net in disgust. Pulled it wide at the right hand post. Should have been 1-0 there. Salah was onside because the ball was played through, and he was in his own half as he started his run. Got away from the captain, gets his shot, and just wide of Bauman's right hand post. And he just about gets away here from the defender, who I have to say did well to try and even pull him off, but Salah should have scored. £25 million he cost from Roma. And, well, it should have been a goal there. It should have been a goal. So, both teams sparing chances here in this opening quarter of an hour, which we've had now as Manny goes on the chase, the former Southampton player. We have now exactly played 15 minutes here in Germany. Hoffenheim 0, Liverpool 0. Good first half here, just needs a goal, and I think it might come sooner rather than later, folks. I really do think that. Here's Zuba now, number 17, plays it in field. Kramaric with a big penalty miss there for Hoffenheim, who have a free kick, a little bit cheap I suppose. Emre Can appealing the decision. Liverpool will feel a sense of injustice from the officials, because it didn't look a penalty to me. I've got to be totally honest there, as number 14 Wagner again gets tripped. Well, controversial moments can change games, but Simon Mignolet made a smart save, although it was straight at him. Free kick comes in towards the danger zone, but there's a bit of jostling and pushing going on, and the referee was Johnny on the spot. Did really well. So 0-0 here in Germany. This was the replay of the Liverpool chance. Salah was in his own half, so he was onside, and well, if he'd have kept his head and had a little bit more wit and pace about him, I think that would have been 1-0 to the men from Anfield. But it's still 0-0 between Hoffenheim of Germany and Liverpool of England in this Champions League qualifier. Winners of the game will go through over 2 legs, of course. Second one to come at Anfield, and what an atmosphere that will be when the second leg comes round. As Emre Can now midway inside half, plays it forward, and now a big chance here for Alexander-Arnold to get the cross in, and it's snucked away, and it will be a corner. Trent Alexander-Arnold, big moment for him. Zuma with the block, with a good marauding run down the right hand side he did, and he did rather well. So Alexander-Arnold to take the corner with his right foot. Might go for the short one. In fact, Alexander-Arnold strings it in, and it was a poor corner in old truth, but Liverpool keep it alive. Well, they did, and it was rather scuffed in the end, and out for a goal kick. excuse me, it was Jordan Henderson who tried to knock it back in, but he badly miscued it about 35 yards from goal, and it's out for a goal kick which has now been taken quickly. Liverpool, the German season hasn't started yet. The Bundesliga in fact starts this weekend. Bayern Munich defending the league title they won last season. Liverpool, of course, have played some competitive football now. They've had a terrific pre-season. Won the Premier League Asia Trophy and one or two other picks. They had a good run in the Audi Cup as well. So they've had a good pre-season. Klopp has been pleased, although I think they could have done. I think there's still a few players short of having a good squad at Anfield. I'll back them on LTF to finish 5th. But if they get some good players over the line, Coutinho is the key for me. If they can keep him and can convince him to stay at Anfield rather than go to Barcelona, then they've got every chance of doing some damage this season. And they are capable of it, and let's not make any mistake about that. As Hoffenheim just keep possession, he's not really making too many inroads, but they might have a chance to break here through the number 7 Rupp, but the ball goes away. Liverpool doing some good defensive work. Still 0-0 here in Hoffenheim, and Hoffenheim 0, Liverpool 0. Liverpool have possession. Ball up towards Manny, but it can't be found. And then the foul by the number 9 Firmino is on number 3 Kadabek. It's spotted by the referee on the far side. Oh, it might have been offside. Well, it looked offside to me, that initial ball over, but Gnabry there, I think he's called the referee. He's looked for that, and then Mignolet comes up with a magnificent save. It was a poor penalty and it was straight at him, and Kramaric, well, I don't think he should have any cause to feel this. Well, I think he's got every cause to feel disappointed with himself, because he let himself down and his team down. That was a poor penalty. But then when you look at it logically, justice has been done. Didn't look a penalty from my view, and I will stick with that view come May, as we come up towards 20 minutes gone here in Germany. Hoffenheim 0, Liverpool 0. Hoffenheim, who's finished in the top 4 of the Bundesliga against all the odds. They had a good season last year. They'll have to go so to replicate that, as the ball comes in towards the penalty area. It's knocked away once more, and it's Trent Alexander-Arnold who knocks it away. Good ball out there, but Salah couldn't get on the end of it. Then the ball knocked back in again with number 5 Wijnaldum, and then the ball back. So here come the Blues of Hoffenheim. Just a little background information on them. They've been founded since 1899, so they're quite an old club. So I've been going for over 118 years. 2019 will be their 120th anniversary in point of fact, Hoffenheim. So a little bit of useless information there on them, as we have a little bit of a quiet period of the players. Zuba now tries to go infield, but he's got a little deflection, but he's favoured Hoffenheim still Hoffenheim 0, Liverpool 0 here, and a good first half, and that's a foul. No, it's not. The referee played on, and now is a chance for Salah. Salah now on the right hand side, goes infield now towards Firmino. His first Ronaldo, rather, his first touch was a little bit poor, bit heavy. Still 0-0. Liverpool holding in there. Trent Alexander-Arnold plays that back infield to Henderson. Henderson just gets it back to Matip, and now on it goes again. Liverpool's trying to start something from the back, and now I'll try and do something on the left hand side. Now Ronaldo plays that towards Alexander-Arnold, and does well to keep that in. Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's got a young item with plenty of pace to burn. Been a nice, cool but warm machine in here in Germany. Humidity is pretty good as well. Liverpool tried to win the ball with Salah. He did successfully win it, but it was too heavy a tackle in terms of strength on the ball to get the ball through. A free kick to Hoffenheim, challenged from behind by Mo Salah, former Chelsea man of course. Hübner, the man who was tripped, finds his centre back partner Vogt. Finds Bakaric. Bakaric gets it back to Baumann, the Hoffenheim goalkeeper, who kicks away with his right foot. It's 15-20 yards down the field, but still in their own half. The long ball comes forward. Might just break here for Hoffenheim. Kramaric is forward, and a turn again, and Kramaric still will get his shot in, and it will be a corner, I think. No, it's a goal kick. In fact, it was Wagner with the shot with the right foot, and well wide of goal. We've had 23.5 minutes, halfway practically now through this first half. Boys, it gone quickly. Still no goals in this Champions League knockout game. Of course, the final will be played late in May, of course, as it always is. It was played, the final of last season's Champions League was played on June the 3rd. A mere 2 months ago now, since Champions League finished. Last season's Champions League finished, and now this one's sort of starting in earnest. So something like 10 weeks since the final in Cardiff, where Juventus were conned really in a 4-1 demolition derby against the Real Madrid, who had a lot of luck on their side, and the referee was on their favour that night. I have to say Juventus were very unlucky with a lot of the decisions on that occasion. It's given away now. Opportunity knocks here for the men here from Germany, who could do with winning the first leg to give themselves a little cushion going to Anfield. Ball crossed in from the right hand side. It will come over from the left hand side. It came to number 3 there, Kadabek, who followed it wide with his right foot. Simon Mignolet in his defence, knowing in certain terms that that needs to be defended better. So we're coming up towards 25 minutes and 40 seconds of the first half. The Liverpool players got down on the far side. It was Mane. Mane had gone down. And just a little bit of discipline now being lost there by the Germans. Here's a chance now for Salah, but he loses out this time. And now a chance here for the German side to come forward over the halfway line. So it's a good breakout. They really do move the ball around, and here's Kramaric again. Kramaric now towards the byline. Kramaric crosses in for the left hand side. Now it'll come here from Gnabry for the number 17 Zuba, and there's a foul there. And referee on the spot again. Let's see who the man who was fouled. It was Hübner who was taken out there, a little bit theatrically, but decision was given to Hoffenheim nonetheless. Free kick to them, about 35 yards from goal, right of centre here. This is real territory now, real danger here for Liverpool. They know they can't afford, as the left footed ball comes in from the penalty from the taker. That was Hübner, and in the end Liverpool had enough bodies back to get it away. Jurgen Klopp absolutely furious with the officials on that side. He knows what it takes to get to a Champions League final. Jurgen Klopp, he did it in 2013 with Borussia Dortmund. Came up just short on the night at Wembley against Bayern Munich. And his job was made harder when Bayern Munich snapped up most of their best players as well, not long after. Yeah, I'm not missing much at the moment. Only Liverpool on the attack now. But at the moment, Hoffenheim just getting the ball back and keeping position rather well with Rupp. Now in towards Vogt, and now back again. Vogt now will get it over to the far side. Beckerick now will come screaming forward here. Then Kadebek is there, and then back to Vogt again. Hübner goes over the halfway line. Still going, and runs into traffic. Still 0-0 here in Germany as Hoffenheim and Liverpool battle over two legs for a place in the group stage of the UEFA Champions League. Celtic are in action tomorrow night against Astana. That's at Celtic Park. Napoli also in action tomorrow. They play Nice. These are the games that are taking place tomorrow. That's one is in Naples. MGH has come on and he says hello. I'd like to get his comments on the controversial penalty that Hoffenheim got early on in the first half. And I have to say it didn't look a penalty to me, but here come Hoffenheim on the break. And now they're really stretching that Liverpool defence, ball in, and it was, and again, good defending, I have to say, by the Liverpool defence. And Wagner wanting more from the Hoffenheim supporters. That's there to be all to see. But 0-0, it's been quite a good watch so far. Matt says he died, but Lovren is clumsy. I think, in fairness to Lovren, I think he was trying to get his foot out of the way. Meanwhile, Manny's on a good run here, and then he puts the ball behind Firmino, which was probably not the wisest, smartest thing to do. In fact, it was Gigi Ronaldo who made the initial break, and it was behind him, and it wasn't the smartest thing for Manny to do. Now we've got Kramaric on the breakout here on the left hand side. Plays the ball in field towards the far side. Plenty waiting in the centre in blue. Free and waiting for the cross. And it might call here now inside the penalty area for Rupp. He shoots. Deflected out. Now Liverpool trying to get it out. It's been a little bit, well, it's a bit Humpty Dumpty in that in the midfield area. Free kick to Liverpool. Remember, won 5 European Cups. There's the Hoffenheim coach, who's probably had the I'm not going to repeat his name, but I know who it is. I'm a Burnley fan. We've done some great business in the market so far, especially with John Walters, who will score 10 plus goals. Great for us. Well, I'm not sure if Walters will score 10. I'm not sure how many he got for Stoke last year, but it certainly wasn't 10 plus. But he did really well for the amount of time he came on against Chelsea. I was impressed with his work rate and industry. I think he'll be a good impact player off the substitutes bench, to be honest with you. Having looked at him at close quarters now at the weekend, as Liverpool come forward in this Champions League playoff. Here's Mo Salah. Right hand side rather, infield to Henderson, the England international, pulls that out towards the far side as Moreno takes possession. Now finds Lovren to Ronaldo. Ronaldo does well. Ashley Bottom says in England it's not a penalty, but in Europe they tend to be given. Not a pen for me though. Well, that's the thing, and I have to say the extra official with the one behind that goal to the left hand side, I think he made a difference on that decision, because he was more closer to it than the referee was. And the referee's got on hearsay and on the verdict of the extra official behind that goal, who is a qualified referee, I should also add. But having looked at the replay about 4 or 5 times, it just doesn't seem to be a penalty. It's one of those awful decisions. But it didn't matter in the end because Simon Mignolet came up with a big save there for Liverpool, which could be crucial over the two legs. Here's Mo Salah on the far side. Salah now. And well, he goes down with no foul. It was Trent Alexander-Arnold, and he blocks the attempted clearance, which falls into Bauman's hand. I have to say, I'm very impressed with Trent Alexander-Arnold. I think he's a tremendous right wing back, and I think he'll be doing well. What are your thoughts on the impeccable business so far in the window? If you're referring to Burnley, I would watch the video about disappointed to lose Keane and Gray, obviously. Gray more than Keane, but I think Charlie Taylor's a good signing and Jack Cork's a good signing. The jury's still out on Bardsley, although he didn't play. And the jury's certainly out on John Walters, but if he does okay, I don't think he'll be a bad signing. I still think we need a winger, another striker, and us. We got a free kick here. I'm going to have to break off for a second because there could be some trouble here for the Hoffenheim defenders. They pulled him back now. Was it the last man? It's a yellow card coming out here. We've had 33 and a bit minutes gone. The referee has got his card out. Yellow card it is to one of the defenders. It's the number 4, Bikaric. And he gets a yellow card. I'm not sure whether he was the last man or not, I have to be honest. I was looking at one of the comments. Here's Manny going all the way through, and he's pulled him down. I think he's a little bit fortunate to get a yellow card, but because considering there was covering defenders anyway. So Bauman has got to build a wall here, and look at that, 25-30 yards dead central here. 2 or 3 Liverpool players lining up this wall. Liverpool old hands at this European Cup business for so many years. Winners 5 times. 77, 78, 81, 84 and 2005. Jurgen Klopp knows that this could be a crucial moment in the tie. Even at this early stage, Emre Can wants a piece of it. Moreno's over it too. Could be the right foot of Can. And there's the ball, and it's in! What a free kick that is! Through Bauman, and it's I think it's Trent Alexander-Arnold of all people. It is! He's had a great first half, and the right foot of Trent Alexander-Arnold, it went right through the wall. Bauman never even saw it. It was a terrific finish, and what a feather in the cap for the right back, who's had a superb 35 minutes thus far. It's been Liverpool's best outlet. And Trent Alexander-Arnold, what a moment for him. Liverpool lead 1-0 here in Germany. I have to say this was out of the blue. And what about that for a curler? It curls beautifully inside the post. A superb free kick. Accurate, precise and brilliant. Liverpool, who survived a dodgy penalty decision, Mignolet with the save, and now have an important away goal here in Europe. A terrific free kick. And what a moment that is. Well played, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Great news for English football now. Hoffenheim 0, Liverpool 1. And maybe justice has been done, because Hoffenheim have bought a few decisions this afternoon, or this evening rather. And Liverpool have kept in there doggedly, and with 10 minutes to go at half time, grabbed themselves a vital lead here in Germany. MGH has been on since then. I have to be saying, in the video you said that Walters only scored 1 in every 4 years. Well, maybe I was a little bit angry at the time, but his goal scoring record isn't great, and but he is good for the work rate, and he is one thing I will say, that is that his work rate and dedication is unquestionable. But I was a bit angry with the transfer policy at the time. The one thing he doesn't have is pace, and I think genuine pace, and I think we struggle in that department as Liverpool go on the break again with Mo Salah. Mo Salah towards the penalty area, has to knock it back, and here come Liverpool again. Shot coming in from Henderson, right footed, and it's well fielded. In fact, it was Emre Can, sorry, and it was well fielded by Bauman, the goalkeeper. Well, Ashley says on Trent Alexander-Arnold's goal, take a bow, son. That is one to show the grandchildren. Well, we hope the DVDs are still going by the time Trent Alexander-Arnold has grandkids. He's still a young man, of course, broke into the Liverpool first team last season in the cup games. Along with the likes of, well, next Wednesday in fact is the second leg, and we'll have coverage of that one on the YouTube channel, along with a Tuesday night League Cup tie. So plenty of football to come next midweek on the JB Corrick YouTube channel. And the news here is good. Hoffenheim 0, Liverpool 1. Great result here for Liverpool if they can manage it. All the second legs, remember, take place next week. Would you prefer Wood or Adonda? Well, I'm not sure. I mean, Wood is a terrific championship player. He scored something like 29 goals last season. So, but the Premier League is a very difficult league. Having said all that, he's we saw Andre Gray score 9 goals and he got 25 before that. So it would all depend whether they both could do a job alongside Sam Vokes. That would be brilliant. Florian Andoni, we bid £12 million for him. He's quick, strong, and he can finish. I think that's just who we need, Andoni. But it's a question of trying to get him into the league, getting Dash for it, if you like, and get him in there. I thought Tarkowski had a good game at the back on Saturday. He really didn't put too many feet wrong, and I thought Tarks did a fantastic job alongside Ben Mee, and for a long time in that game at Stamford Bridge, as we just see a replay of the free kick from Trent Alexander-Arnold. Just look at how it curls. I'm just looking at the way it curls in just at the last second. It looks as if it's going wide, and then the bend and the whip takes it in, and the smile on his face. Oh, what a picture and what a moment in his young Liverpool career. He won't score any better goals than that in his career, that is for sure. But here come Hoffenheim on the break with the number 3 here. Pradinik gets the ball towards the penalty area, but it's knocked away again. Fantastic opportunity there. Kramaric, who missed the penalty. Here's a chance now again. Frog playing that one into the penalty area. Bit of defending for Liverpool to do as we come up towards the 40th minute of the first half. Liverpool winning 1-0. Great result. That could be if they can hang on in there, take it to Anfield, and away goal as well. 60% Hoffenheim and 203 passes for them against 40% of Liverpool. They've made just 122 passes, but it's not what you do with the... It's what you do with the ball that counts, and Liverpool have made a real significant contribution with the 40% they've had, and here they come again. And here's Firmino. Firmino knocks the ball back towards the edge of the area, and then the ball is knocked away by Hoffenheim. I tell you what, Liverpool now with that goal, wind in their sails, playing with real confidence, even though Hoffenheim are having a bit more of the ball, 20% more possession. But Liverpool have made their possession tell, and that's the beauty of Klopp's side. And if they can get through to the group phase without having to need the services of Coutinho, I think that is a great achievement for Liverpool. There's a player down on the near side and holding his leg. You need to sharpen up on your commentary skills, my friend. I think you could go all the way. Well, in all fairness to me, I'm not familiar with Hoffenheim. I don't watch a lot of German football. I watch quite a lot of English football, which is easy for me. I mean, the Liverpool players are quite easy to recognise more than the German players. That is for sure. But I am testing myself against. I've never covered Hoffenheim before when I've commentated on the YouTube channel. That's Demir Bey, who's gone down. I do apologise for the pronunciations, by the way, but I don't think anyone saw the Trent Alexander-Arnold free kick coming. I'll have to be honest, but a great performance. We'll bring you up to date with all the other Champions League scores at half time and all the Championship sides. If there's any Championship fans who may be listening to this stream, please do stay tuned, because we'll take a 5-minute break as we usually do on these live games, and and then we'll get the scores together before the second half, which will be live on the YouTube channel. And also just to remind anyone who tries to put stream links in the description page, don't bother. Here's a chance now for Hoffenheim. He's on the penalty area. Good save by Mignolet, and the shot just wide. Oh, what a chance. Wagner with the second effort with his right foot that just goes wide of the left hand upright, the near upright, after Serge Gnabry had been denied initially by Simon Mignolet. They'd lost out here. Gnabry just getting in there, hitting it with his left foot, and then Wagner in fact hit the outside of the post. And Liverpool have survived. Oh, he thought it was there, the German, the Hoffenheim manager, and he throws a drinks bottle at the wall in disappointment. And oh, I'm loving these comments tonight from Ashley and this other guy here. I'm not going to say your name because it's a little bit rude, but yeah, to be fair, great to see a brother trying to make it on YouTube. Well, we have to, someone has to. And I'm a keen commentator, and it's nice to know that the comments are very good and you're keeping them clean. As Liverpool have some defending to do. Mignolet lightning fast out of his goal and claimed it about 2 yards from the edge of the penalty box, so he was well inside in the end. But my word, he's had a good first half. Simon Mignolet, he's made some fantastic saves. The penalty save, which was in fairness to his thrown at him as we go into the last 90 seconds of the first half here in Hoffenheim, who trail Liverpool by a goal to nil. Free kick for Trent Alexander-Arnold. It could get better for Liverpool. Ball into the penalty area, and the shot in the end, Bamchan, was deflected into the path of Barman, who took the ball no problem. Second leg, remember, at Anfield a week tomorrow. Hopefully we'll try and bring you delayed commentary of the Blackburn-Burnley Cup tie as well from Ewood Park. And of course, Burnley-West Brom will be a delay stream on Monday. Game being played on Saturday, but due to other commitments, we'll be bringing it to you on Monday afternoon at around about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I hope you can join me for full delay commentary of that game. He's my brother. Well, it's good to see that brothers are getting on fine on the YouTube channel. We love brothers on the YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Lovely. Anyway, 1-0 to Liverpool. One ball forward towards the penalty area. Might come here to Vogt, and he does well. Gets the cross into the penalty area. And Liverpool do terrifically well. We're now 5 seconds away from 45. I'm wondering how much stoppage time we're going to have. We're going to just have the 1 minute at the end of the first half. We'll take a 5-minute break, which means me coming off the air for 5 minutes, giving myself a breather after what's been a rip-roaring first half of football. It's been a non-stop football fest. And this penalty, controversially given by the referee or his assistant behind the goal. And here come Hoffenheim looking for this equaliser, getting on half-time. Chance here for up inside the penalty area, but a good last-ditch challenge. I think it might have been Matip or Lovren there, couldn't really tell. And now a chance now for Liverpool on the break with Manny, left-hand side. Manny running at his man. Manny still going. Manny to the byline. Good tackle again. Fantastic defending there by the Hoffenheim captain, getting his foot in. We're now played 54 seconds of the 1 minute, and Liverpool will have the last say of this first half as Manny went down the left hand side, got away from his man, and Vogt did very well. The Hoffenheim captain did really well, in fact. So Moreno with a corner for Liverpool. We lead 1-0. Moreno's corner in towards the 6-yard box. Header wide and down. It's just wide. Just wide. It was a 3-header. Lovren had won the header on the 6-yard line, and it narrowly went wide at the far post. Goalkeeper was beaten a mile, but it's gone wide. I think the half-time whistle has gone, incidentally. And I think the teams are going off as we see a replay of the... Well, as I'm seeing a replay of Lovren just shaving the post, and now it is half-time, incidentally. So there we go. MGH has come on. I've just introduced him to your channel, as I've been a long-time servant at this channel, or for the channel. Thank you very much. If you'd like no more subscribers, please subscribe. Get him to subscribe to my channel. There's all sorts of other stuff on there. You can look at FIFA videos and the like and stuff like that. But we are at half-time here in Hoffenheim. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Remember the name, folks. What a superb right-footed free kick. Came out of absolutely nowhere. Curled viciously inside the near post. And Trent Alexander-Arnold will absolutely milk it for all it's worth. Liverpool have an away goal and a crucial lead at half-time. Hoffenheim got a penalty given against them, of course. Or given for them, controversially. But it was missed by Kramaric, the former Leicester City man. And in the end, it was to prove costly as far as that was concerned, because Liverpool now are in command of this crucial Champions League game. And at half-time here in Hoffenheim, as we take a 5-minute break, it's Hoffenheim 0, Liverpool 1. We'll be back with all the latest scores from the Champions League and the Championship in a couple of minutes' time. Till then, bye for now. Well, hello there, welcome back everybody. Let me keep you up to date. We're still at half time here at in the Champions League. Liverpool leading Hoffenheim at half time by that Trent Alexander-Arnold goal, to nil. We'll bring you up to date with all the other Champions League scores and what's going on around the country as well tonight, because we've got a full programme of Football League fixtures for you. So let's start in the Champions League. The game we're watching, Hoffenheim 0, Liverpool 1, that's half time. There's a full-time score from earlier today. FC Qualifier 1, FC Copenhagen 0, Apple Nicosia 2, Slavia Prague 0, and two other games that are 0-0 at the moment. Sporting 0, Star Bucharest 0, and Young Boys of Bern 0, CSKA Moscow 0. Into the Championship now, back in England. And I'm sure if you're the Championship supporters that listen to my channel a lot will want to know the scores. And let's start it out well. Barnsley and Nottingham Forest are being held 1-1. Birmingham and Bolton are 0-0. Brentford 0. Brentford are having a disappointing start to the season by their standards, trailing Bristol City by a goal to 0. Cardiff, who have won 2 out of 2 so far, on course for 3 out of 3. They lead Sheffield United, nearly promoted by a goal to 0. Neil Warnock's former side. Derby and Preston are 0-0. Hull City 1, Wolves 2. That could be a bit of a good and another good performance. Wolves have also won 2 out of 2 and have spent big this summer. Leeds and Fulham are 0-0. Middlesbrough are leading Burton by a goal to 0. Britta Sombalonga with the goal there. Millwall 2, Ipswich 3. Probably the game of the 9 in the Championship so far. Let me give you the scorers from that game, in fact. Wallace in the first minute, Garner equalising for Ipswich, and then Waghorn putting Ipswich in front. O'Brien with the equaliser for Millwall, but Martin Waghorn has put Ipswich 3-2 in front. It looks like a really good game there down at the New Den, and both teams really giving their a good account of themselves there. So 2-3 in that game. And finally, from the Championship, let's just bring you up to date. There's one more score to bring you, and that is Reading 0, Aston Villa 0. That was an 8 o'clock kickoff there, 42 minutes into that game at the Madejski Stadium. And into League One we go. In fact, we don't know games in League One. Is there any games in League Two? Just no, just the Championship tonight. So we've brought you up to date with all the latest scores in that particular game. So it's Trent Alexander-Arnold's goal that separates the difference as we await the arrival or the re-arrival of the two teams here at the stadium. Hoffenheim losing by a goal to 0, as you've heard. Bring you up to date with the scoreline there. So let me remind you of the two teams as we look at it at the moment. So it's we're just, as I say, we're just hanging on for the moment. Bjorn Kuipers of Holland is the referee. All the officials incidentally come from Holland or the Netherlands to give it its own money, as we await the second half here. And it's good to see that people have tuned in as well. So the second half comes to fruition. 30,000 seater stadium here, and I have to say it's a great atmosphere. Well, we've got, I'll tell you what Hoffenheim actually is. A lot of people don't know that Hoffenheim is actually a village. They have a village of a population of 3,000 people, and yet they have a 30,000 capacity stadium. I think they come from all over the locality here, and it's good to see. It's almost like a village football team in actual fact, and it's good to see, really. And it must be one of the most liveliest villages I've ever heard. They can get 30,000 there. As I say, Sporting and Style 0-0, Young Boys 0, CSKA 0, Apple and Slavia Prague 2-0 to Apple, and Qualifier will beat Copenhagen by a goal to 0 earlier on today. So they take a narrow 1-0 lead to Copenhagen next week for the second leg, of course. Celtic play tomorrow, still awaiting the two sides out onto the field. And And then just this a nice stadium here. As I say, it's in a village. Hoffenheim is actually a village. A lot of people wouldn't know that. But Hoffenheim have been going since, as I say, 1899, so they're into their 118th year as a football club. And so they are one of the traditional German sides. But they're having a terrific run at the moment. To finish in the top 4 of the Bundesliga is no mean achievement by any stretch of the imagination. They have a really, really good setup. They've got a good coach there, but at the moment it's and the teams now just to come out here in Germany. We await the second half of an important match here in terms of qualification to the knockout or to the group phases of the Champions League, which 4 English teams are qualified for. 3 for either league. That was not Arsenal, that was Chelsea, of course, as champions, and then Tottenham and Manchester City. Manchester United are there because they won the Europa League final 2 months ago. The Hoffenheim players are just in the tunnel area at the moment, and we are waiting for them to come out onto the field. And hopefully the second half will be just as exciting as the first. Liverpool already out, and Hoffenheim just keeping their opponents waiting a bit. Whether that's a bit of gamesmanship by them, I don't know. We could do one of 2 things to Liverpool. We could put them out of kilter or use it as a positive, and I think Jurgen Klopp would be more of the latter than the former. And Hoffenheim have finally made their way out on the pitch for the second half of this Champions League qualifier. 2 legs. The second leg to come a week tomorrow at Anfield. And we know what Anfield's like when it's raucous and really, really atmospheric. The Kop. We'll bring that one to you live on the YouTube channel, of course. And should be a real thriller minute. Meanwhile, away we go in the second half then. Hoffenheim in the blue. No changes from either side, incidentally, as far as I can see. So let's just recap the 2 teams. Hoffenheim, Baumann, Kadebek, Bekerik, Vogts, Humna, Zubler, Rupp, Damabia, Kamaric, Gnabry and Wagner. The substitutes are Kobel, Norvelt, Tolan, Amiri, Uf, Salasiri and Giga, as Hoffenheim go in the search of an equalising goal. Good defending there by Dejan Lovren, just in enough there. We'll bring you the Liverpool lineup, which is unchanged from the first half, in just a second, as Hoffenheim going in search of an equalising goal. Chance here for Rupp inside the area, lost his spot in just as he was about to pull the trigger, or just wide of the post, in fact offside. So Baumann is number 1, Bekerik is on a yellow card, wears 4, Vogt is the captain, 22, Udner's 21, Kadewek wears 3, Rupp 7, Danoué is 10, Zuber is 17, Kramaric is 27, Wagner is 14, and Serge Gnabry is 29. And the substitutes, as I've just mentioned there. As for Liverpool, they have Simon Mignolet in goal. He wears 22, obviously. 66, of course, is the goal scorer, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Matip is 32 and Lovren is 6. These are squad numbers, by the way. Moreno is 18 and Emre Can 23. Henderson, the captain, wears 14. 5 is Gigi Wijnaldum. Salah is 11. Firmino is 9 and Mane 19. Karius, Milner, Gomez, Grujic, Carben and Origi and Solanke are the substitutes. Liverpool go forward for a second time, and it's somehow saved by Baumann from Firmino, and then the rebound is ricocheted wide at the post. The ball down the left hand side. Manny does terrifically well to get away from his man. Ball back across, and it hits a couple of German defenders and ricochets away. Firmino, though, should have made it 2-0. Baumann stood up big and made the save just on the edge of the 6-yard box. Corner kick to Liverpool. Moreno to take. Pointing forward in right for Liverpool. Towards the 6-yard box it goes. Back out again. Liverpool keeping possession rather well. Ball back in there. Chances here now for Moreno. Moreno's cross just too close to the goalkeeper, who takes it under no great pressure, but way inside the 6-yard box. But he's made a good save there at the start of the half there, Barman. Keeping Hoffenheim in the game. Important moment for the German side there, as they try to avoid going to Anfield a goal down, maybe even 2 goals down. Always the danger in these sort of occasions, 2 legs. If they lose 2 away goals, then you would think the job will get even tougher when it goes to Anfield in a week on a Wednesday night. And we'll have the second leg, as I say, live on the YouTube channel. We're bringing the Champions League to the masses this year. The group stage will be interesting when all the big names come in. And here come Liverpool again on that far side with Salah. Salah now trying to cut inside, but he didn't do enough. Apologies there, that was my mobile going off. But I'll turn the sound down so you won't be able to hear the mobile phone in the background. But here we are now, as Ashley has said, Liverpool are not holding back yet. Orman may be in trouble here defensively because they've got a chance here. 1-1! 1-1, but the flag is up for offside. Flag is up for offside against Gnabry. Shot superbly right-footed, but the flag has got up for offside. And the Dutch linesman on the near side was Johnny on the spot. We'll have a look at the replay again. It was some play down the right hand side. Gnabry had made a good run to the right of the D, and the ball, yes, he was offside, and he became active as soon as he touched the ball, and it was a superb finish, but he was offside. Well played Liverpool as far as the defensive line was concerned, and actually concurs. Liverpool not holding back here. Impressive display away from home in Europe, and Serge Gnabry is down. Must have been an off the ball incident. Well, maybe it wasn't. Oh dear me. Well, he's hurt himself there in trying to make the challenge. Gnabry, he's got no reason to complain there, the former Arsenal man. This is a free kick to Liverpool. Quite rightly given, in my opinion. 2 could have easily been 1-1, but Gnabry was daft enough to get active on onside. Onside is Salah, but the ball too overhit, and it's easy for the goalkeeper. Liverpool going towards the left in the second half. Hoffenheim incidentally to the right. And it's got the Hoffenheim fans buzzing. They're a good atmospheric team. They punched above their weight for many, many years in the Bundesliga. In view of bigger teams like Stuttgart, Bayern Munich, the 2 Munich clubs, Hamburg and Bayern Munich, of course. So many terrific German teams out there. And Hoffenheim are doing more often than not better than most of them. Which is good to see, and for a team whose village is a population of 3,000 and they can get 30,000 to fill out every game is an achievement in itself. As the cross comes in from the right hand side, that's going to be kept in by Liverpool, and it's Manny. Manny runs towards the penalty area. Manny's shot, look, half saved by the goalkeeper, and he was bailed out by his fellow teammates and defenders there, and Baumann has made two crucial saves to keep Hoffenheim in the game and in the Champions League. Yellow card for Liverpool, the Liverpool players. The Dutch referee Bjorn Kuipers sending out a clear message now that he will stand no nonsense, and Emre Can will know that. He's the man who's incidentally picked up the yellow card. And he's just grabbed hold of his shoulder and has blatantly pushed him down there, to be fair. So I think he knew what he was doing, Emre Can, in all fairness to the lad. 6.5 minutes incidentally gone in the second half, and we're going to see a change there. I think Rakinic has gone off and number 6 Nordveld has come on, so a change for Hoffenheim. Do the losers? Yes, they actually do go into the Europa League, I'm told it is. So the European campaign would never be over for whoever lost. So if Hoffenheim were to lose, they would still go into the Europa League. So Now, it's a good question to ask, Ashley. I should have told everyone that at the start, but no. But the losers of the games do get a second chance in the UEFA Cup, or the Europa League, to give it its old name. And now something's going on. I don't know what's going on here. Referee, I'm sort of not convinced. I don't know what's going on here. I think it's a goal kick. I'm looking at Ashley Mottram. For one moment it looked as if we were lining up for a corner. Now, in fact, it was a corner, and it was a poor corner, I believe. Substitution in back, Rupp has come off, as incidentally, for Lucas Rupp, so he's got off for Hoffenheim. Nadim Amiri, number 18, will now come on in his place. So Hoffenheim making 2 changes within the opening 9 minutes of the second half, 8 minutes I should say, the second half. And well, there's a great atmosphere inside the stadium when it's Liverpool leading 1-0. They lead in this Champions League qualifier. But here come Hoffenheim. Oh, chance to tie the penalty area. It just wouldn't drop in the end. Goalkeeper has it. And still it remains 1-0 to Liverpool. That goal, that superb free kick for Trent Alexander-Arnold. Plus they've got an away goal, remember. And away goals do count double in Europe. You'd have fancied Liverpool strongly, certainly in Anfield, in front of 50-odd thousand, and the cop roaring, and you never walk alone and all that jazz. It really does make their hair stand out on the back of your neck. It is a corner now to Hoffenheim. A little cheap corner then, ricocheted off Lovren after initial clearance had hit him. So a bit of a cheap one for Liverpool to concede. It'll be taken on the right hand side, and it's going to be number 10. Going to be the number 10 Duabaya to take the corner as they look for an equaliser, as that ball comes in towards the penalty area and it's hooked away. Not a bad tournament, says Ashley, to drop into. Saved my team season last year. I should also say, while we're on the subject of Manchester United, if you watched the first episode of LTF, we'll give you the description for LTF incidentally in the once we've uploaded this in the description below. If you look at that, I've actually backed Manchester United to win the Premier League because of 2 key signings. One is Matic from Chelsea, which is a key one, and secondly Romelu Lukaku. And there's also talk of Zlatan Ibrahimovic as Trent Alexander-Arnold picks up a booking, probably speaking out of turn of the referee. I don't know what that was about. I've also backed Manchester United to win the league this year, and obviously Romelu Lukaku. And I've also heard Zlatan maybe re-signing. If we get him in as well, boy, what a team Manchester United are going to have this season. And they were certainly ruthless on Sunday when they demolished West Ham in the Premier League, and they are back in the Champions League and will be following their matches in the Champions League with great interest and great relish as they go back into Europe's Premier club competition, having won the Europa League well deservedly, I thought, over the piece in the whole competition, as Liverpool have a bit of defending to do, and Amani has Amir has conceded a free kick, in fact, to Liverpool. We've had 11 minutes go. 11 minutes of the second half gone. I should also tell you, as regards LTF, we have a new channel for that, new home. Michael and myself were doing some thinking over the summer what we could do for it, but we are going to have 1 or 2 new things to it. We're going to have an LTF extra time. The actual channel, imaginally, is called, incidentally, it's called LTF itself. The abbreviations of Let's Talk Football, but episode 1's on there. We will put the LTF link in the description below. It's also in the description of the Burnley Chelsea stream that we did the other day. So it will be in more than one place. And remember, me and Mike Claret will be back now with our predictions. We'll be filming again, and we'll be back again on Saturday. And of course, we'll have extra time when we talk Burnley transfer policy. That will be uploaded tomorrow. Hope you can join us for that. Meanwhile here in Hoffenheim, Vogt takes the 3-kick. Still 1-0 to Liverpool. Nothing much in it. Hoffenheim have had a good go in this opening 13 minutes of the second half, and I'm making a fight of it now. And if Liverpool can just hold on in there, keep their defensive shape. Mingele's been in good form so far in the Liverpool goals, done really well. Now opportunity here for Hoffenheim, the German side have got into this stage by finishing in the top 4 of the German Bundesliga. And here comes Salah, picks the ball up, ball back towards Salah, but it's picked up again by Vogt, the Hoffenheim defender. 1-0 to Liverpool, and they look good value for their leads, although Hoffenheim have had more of the play, but nothing so far as Hoffenheim come forward again. Over to the far side it goes. Now they look to try and come up with something special here on this far side. The number 17, Zuber plays that ball in towards the back post. Kramovich was also there too inside the penalty area. But again, Liverpool just so disciplined defensively, but still it's Hoffenheim coming forward here now. Good ball round the corner. Now a chance here for Amiri, can't keep it in. Goal kick, and that will suit Liverpool down to the ground a bit now. Goal kick to Liverpool. Liverpool incidentally attacking the goal to the left, and Hoffenheim to the right, where Trent Alexander-Arnold scored his goal. Just looking at the replay of the yellow card that was given some 7 or 8 minutes ago to Emre Can, and it's only just been confirmed by the television people or the UEFA delegates as Liverpool comes streaming forward down the right hand side. Lovely crossing towards the 6-yard box, but it's too close to Barman, who takes the possession no problem, and there's a Hoffenheim player gone down prostrate. The referee of course has had to stop it. Can't see who it is. It's right, looks as if it's Nordveld, the substitute, number 6. Now see what happened there. Anyway, he's been barged into there, and Nordveld then obviously takes an awkward landing there. A little collision there between him and Manny. Purely accidental, of course. Well, the German, Hoffenheim's coach will be a little unhappy about things. And we made 2 substitutions. He's only got 1 left in his armoury. Jurgen Klopp has got all 3 as we come up towards exactly 1 hour played here in Germany. 1-0 to Liverpool. We'll have the second leg at Anfield next week for you. Full commentary of the second leg. Anfield, it will be our first commentary match from there. Incidentally, we didn't bring you one single game from Anfield last season. We'll put that right this season. Celtic play tomorrow night against Astana in their match up at Celtic Park, and if Celtic were to win that game, we'd have 6, and Liverpool were to win their game, we'd have 6 British teams to watch in the group phase for you in the Champions League, and we'll try and see if we can actually cover all 6 if we can throughout the group phase. I might even get a Celtic or against an English team. If that's the case, well, we will be able to cover Celtic for you as well. But at the moment, it's all about the English, and it's all about Liverpool now, looking to make it a famous 5 here for England if they can reach the knockout or the group phase of the Champions League. 5 English teams, remember. I'm not sure they'll be drawn in each one. There'll be at least 5 groups involving English teams, so if Liverpool were to get through, I can't see them being drawn in the same group, although I think Chelsea and Liverpool were once drawn against each other a few years ago in the group stages for whatever reason. Liverpool about to make a substitution. James Milner about to come on, I can see on the near side, as Hoffenheim now with 61 and a bit minutes gone, 61 minutes and 45 seconds gone of this game. The 16th, coming up towards 17 minutes of the second half gone. Hoffenheim 0, Liverpool won. The goal after 35 minutes from Trent Alexander-Arnold, a right-footed free kick from about 25-30 yards out. It was dead central the way he struck it, and the ball just curling in at the right-hand post, and the way it just curled in was superb. Free kick to Hoffenheim about 10 yards inside the Liverpool half. Referee Bjorn Kuipers is standing for no nonsense. He's allowing the substitution to happen. It's Jordan Henderson who's going to come off, and the experienced James Milner, still only 31 years old, but he's been around the block a long time, bursting into the scene as a 16-year-old at Leeds United many moons ago, James Milner. And he really has garnered himself a very good reputation for himself, a few Premier League titles and a few medals along the way, not to mention a wardrobe or so of England, full wardrobe of England caps. Amongst all that, as they come forward again looking for an equaliser, ball towards the back post and a real opportunity there for Hoffenheim. It's a corner to the German side. Gnabry was at the far post lurking as that cross came in from the right hand side. And now we've got an opportunity here for Hoffenheim. A corner now. Damir Demirbe with the corner. Looks like it's going to be a floater. Don't think there's going to be a short corner as he comes in left footed in towards the 6-yard box. Header one, but it wasn't on target. It's been headed back, in fact. Chance here to work cross in. It's Kramaric on the near side, and it's off the defender for a corner. Off the defender for the corner. Now big opportunity now for Arsenal, who's had a superb match in the yellow card so far, as Liverpool look for an equalising goal, or Hoffenheim rather look for an equalising goal. Demirbe takes another corner from the near side, and in it comes towards the 6-yard box. Mignolet gets a good enough punch on it, and it will go into touch for another corner despite the brilliant efforts of Trent Alexander-Arnold. So another corner now to Hoffenheim. Third corner in a row here, and we've had 64.5 minutes. Hoffenheim 0, sorry, Liverpool 1. Liverpool fans very restless at the moment, says Demirbe runs across to the other side now to take another corner. Far side this time. Demirbe's crossing towards the 6-yard box. They all went for it. Liverpool got it half away. Ball pumped back in from the right hand side. Now Salah can get it away for Liverpool. Still not away fully, and in the end it will be booted away by Moreno, I think. And still not away properly, but there was a man offside. I think it was Serge Gnabry, incidentally. And it fell kindly to Simon Mignolet. 65 minutes gone. Hoffenheim 0, Liverpool 1. Away goal that could be so crucial for Liverpool. Goal of a free kick of pure genius from young Trent Alexander-Arnold. A marvellous free kick. It's given Liverpool a real shot in the arm in this Champions League qualifier. Remember, the winners qualify for the group stage of the tournament. The losers will go into the Europa League, of course. The chance for Hoffenheim inside the penalty area. It was Serge Gnabry on his left foot. Pulled the shot well over the top, and a goal kick it is to Liverpool. But it's got the Hoffenheim fans going here. Liverpool just not seeing this out as efficiently as they would have liked at the moment, as they are looking to try and hold on here, or maybe better still go 2 goals are clear. And here's Milner trying to play that in towards Salah in the middle, and it's a corner. So Liverpool now have a chance now of their own from a corner. We've played 66.5 minutes here in Germany. Hoffenheim 0, Liverpool 1. And Baumann and his guys and his teammates have got some defending to do now. Having fought the flurry of corners at one end, Liverpool have one now at the other. And Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's not been bad on set plays all night, will take a corner right-footed. In it comes Alexander-Arnold, out swinger towards the 6-yard box. Lovren was there, and the ball will be not back by Wijnaldum. And now Liverpool now can reload and try and build down that far side again with Alexander-Arnold. Turns away from one man. Good pace there. Good pace again. Pass 2, pass 3 and goes down. Surely the referee's got to give a free kick for that, because Alexander-Arnold went crashing down there. A terrific run. He cut inside from the right hand side. It was a tremendous run, but I don't think he's going to give a free kick. Watch that, he goes past one, that's Kramaric, past another one, that's the number 17, and then, no, I don't think that's a free kick in fairness. I did actually think it was a free kick, but I think the referee was right. Remember, we've got a view very far away. The referee's got a much closer view in fairness. Still a 1-0 to Liverpool, that's all that matters. A 1-0 lead, it can be a slender lead, but an away goal always helps. And Liverpool, if they can hold on now for the remaining 22 minutes plus any injury time, will have a really good first leg league, and they'll go into Anfield knowing that they can do the job in front of their adoring supporters. Remember, a week tomorrow, Liverpool against Hoffenheim in the second leg. We'll have it to you live on the YouTube channel from Anfield. Meanwhile, Hoffenheim are about to make a final substitution here this evening. They used 2 pretty early on in the second half. Now they're going to use 1 here in the second half. As I think it's Serge Gnabry. No, they're not making the change at the moment because it's play on. So Liverpool have possession. 1-0. They lead here in Germany. A little village Hoffenheim of 3,000 people, but they get supporters far and wide than the village, which is a magnificent achievement in itself. It's almost the size of my local village, Trodden, although Trodden has probably got about 1,000 in terms of population, and though it's quite a big village, as Moreno keeps that in by the dead ball line, but it's straight into the arms of Barman as he crossed in from the left-hand channel. So 1-0 it is to Liverpool at the moment. A great performance by the man from Merseyside, who have really done well. That's a good save again from Barman to deny Salah, who cut in from the right hand side, got his shot in, and Barman has made another super save here, given away in fact, and then the ball played in by Milner. Salah then cuts in from the right, gets his shot in, and Barman just gets his hands on that and turns it behind the near post for a corner. Or behind the goalkeeper's near post for the corner. Far post as well up. Serge Gnabry, incidentally, is the man that's come off, and Mark Oof, number 19, will come on to replace him. And Mark Oof has got a bit of defending to do. So, another corner. Floated in towards the 6-yard box. Header one, good save by Barman. Diving away to his right. It was Lovren with a header. Really good header there by the former Southampton man. Bullet header from just on the edge of the 6-yard area, and Barman diving away to his right, caught the ball pretty well. Good goalkeeping that. 19 and a half minutes in fact now are remaining in this first leg. Second leg, remember, to come a week tomorrow at Anfield. Should be a cracker, that one. Mignolet just boots it right footed way up the field, in fact deep into Hoffenheim territory, and Liverpool will get men behind the ball. 10 outfield players plus goalkeeper. There's only 1 outfield player inside the Hoffenheim half at the moment. 10 other Liverpool players back inside their own half, which is going to make it difficult for the German side to pick their way through. 71 minutes gone. Hoffenheim 0, Liverpool 1. The goal in the 35th minute from Trent Alexander-Arnold looks as if, at the moment as things stand, is going to separate the teams going into that second leg a week tomorrow at Anfield. Celtic play tomorrow in their game, and their tie will be over by the time Liverpool kick off their second leg next week. Manny wants a free kick, and in fact he wanted a free kick for handball, which has been given to the disgust of half the Hoffenheim team. Norvelt is the guilty party. Let's have a look at the replay. Yes, he's got his hand out there, and I don't think you can get away with that. Referee was right. Good decision. Absolutely good decision there by the referee, Kuipers. Free kick on the left hand side then to Liverpool. And Moreno and Trent Alexander-Arnold have got an invested interest in this. Could be the left foot of Moreno, could be the right foot of Alexander-Arnold. Might be suited for the right foot actually of Alexander-Arnold. There's certainly plenty inside that penalty area in white shirts. A second Liverpool goal would really make it so easy, as it's the left foot of Moreno that sinks it in, but header goes over the crossbar from 6 yards, and it was never hitting the target in any case. So a goal kick to Hoffenheim, as the manager he's such an animated guy. He gives Klopp a good run for his money in that particular aspect, I suppose. To have two jumping jack flash managers, to have one on the touchline is enough, but to have two is even better. Possession stats 60% to 40% in favour of Hoffenheim. Hoffenheim have covered the more distance, 89.13 kilometres in favour of 87 kilometres for Liverpool, but means nothing at the moment. They don't get you through to the group stages of the Champions League. Goals do, and Liverpool have one, and it's a priceless away goal scored by Alexander-Arnold from a free kick after 35 minutes, which is what's keeping Liverpool enthroned. And here they come now, Hoffenheim, the German side, crossing from the right hand side, but headed away by Matip. Did really well there, the centre back. Now Liverpool can break. Manny now on the break, deep inside his own half though, has to bundle, and he's gone bundled to the ground. So a free kick. Liverpool trying to get on with it quickly, and the referee's allowed them to do so. Milner now plays it forward, and look at the space for Moreno on that far side, on that near side. In fact, Milner crosses in, and that's a superb goal. He's chipped it in from the left hand side. James Milner, take a bow. That is a superb goal, and Hoffenheim are absolutely incensed. The goalkeeper Baumann is furious. Liverpool were allowed to take a quick free kick, and my goodness, they took advantage of it. The Liverpool fans are cock-a-hoop, and a brilliant piece of pure genius. He had it on the left hand side and then chipped it right footed into the far corner of the net. Terrific goal from James Milner, and that could kill off this tie with a leg to go. 2 away goals Liverpool lead, and it was the quickly taken free kick. The referee allowed it to go on. I suppose they had every right. They had the decision, and they had a good advantage. Milner was not offside, by the way, and he did really well. Looked at it and just chipped the goalkeeper, and Liverpool brilliantly now go 2 goals clear. I think it might have got a deflection of Nordfeldt's chest as well. So, but I think you would have to say Milner will claim it. It's a super goal, 2-0, but I think that might go down as an own goal, you know, but I'm sure it's going to be. Amir is not happy with the decision, and I wonder who the dubious goals committee will give that to. It was certainly looked from first glance as if Milner had bent it in. It has been given to James Milner, so he has claimed the goal. I don't think Nordfeldt will want to claim the own goal. I should think, as now they have to chase it now, Hoffenheim, and the more they do, they'll be susceptible to the Liverpool counter-attack. So everything is now set up for Liverpool, and again, oh, that's a nasty challenge there. That's an awful challenge. A yellow card, quite rightly. Took the Liverpool player right out, did Hübner. Really stupid tackle, and deserves his yellow card. 10 yards from the halfway line inside the Liverpool half, and now we've got a yellow card, and it was Firmino. He was taken out on another day. That would have been a red card. Maybe in a Premier League game that would have been a red card. But in Europe it's a yellow. We are playing to UEFA rules and not to the Premier League rules. As Salah now, who missed that glorious opportunity in the first half, hasn't come back to haunt Liverpool incidentally now. 2 goals clear and looking well in control of things. Here's Manny now, right, left hand side. Could he produce something now? Milner now chipping the ball back, and almost an opportunity now inside the 6-yard box. Still not away properly by Hoffenheim. And here comes Manny. Manny trying to find Milner. Milner does well, gets his shot off. In fact, it was Moreno, sorry. Here's Manny again on the edge of the area. You've got to give him 10 out of 10 for persistence here. Manny, the former Southampton man. Liverpool wanted to kill this tie off in the first leg if they can, which would make it easier for them at Anfield. Ronaldo to take the throw down on the near side. Jurgen Klopp, I think, has got 1 change left in his armoury. Alberto Moreno will take the throw. Hoffenheim next Wednesday, 7:45 kickoff. We'll be on the air around 7:35 on the YouTube channel. Champions League Live. And we'll also have delayed coverage of course of Burnley versus Blackburn in the League Cup as well. And also we'll have delayed coverage on Monday of the Burnley West Brom game as well. 13 minutes of the 90 to go, and it's given away again to Moreno. Many gets it away. Moreno's cross. Baumann, very good position. Although he ran the risk then of going off the line, and I think Moreno missed a trick there. He should have tried to chip it towards goal himself, a la James Milner there. As Liverpool now come forward again with Moreno. Moreno now. Oh, that's a silly challenge there. The referee should be. Well, he's going to end up brandishing another yellow card here. Amiri is the man who has been penalised. And I have to say, Hoffenheim are totally and utterly losing discipline here. And the last thing they want is some red cards as well to go with suspensions to the second leg. Already 2 goals down and facing an uphill struggle here. It's almost like Kilimanjaro, and they'd have to climb Everest and Kilimanjaro if they were to have a few key players out for the next game at Anfield with suspensions as well. Milner does well to try and keep that in play, and I have to say the Liverpool captain has done really well since coming on. Scored a marvellous chip goal and has really given Liverpool a real foothold in this European game. And there's another injury down there. Well, it's not looking good for Hoffenheim at the moment. They showed some terrific promise, and but on the end, showing promise and delivering the promise are 2 totally different things. That's James Milner's right-footed curling chip into the far corner. A goal of individual pure genius. The goalkeeper has got absolutely no hope of saving that as soon as it leaves his right foot. 2-0 Liverpool lead with just over 11.5 minutes of the match remaining, plus any time that the Dutch fourth official will want to add on at the end. UEFA Champions League. Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool leading 2-0 here in Germany. We'll try and get an interview with Jurgen Klopp before we finish here at about 9:45 this evening. Here come Liverpool, or rather Hoffenheim, ball towards the penalty area. Out once more. Still might come now for Liverpool as they look to try and kill off this European Cup game. And they've really been superb tonight, Liverpool. They've been truly and utterly professional in the way they've gone about their business. They've been absolutely superb to a man. They have just absolutely bossed it right from the word go, and I think they need to be applauded for that. And here comes Milner again. Oh, Robert Moreno cross towards the Pixie-Alba area, but again goalkeeper Baumann takes the ball superbly. In fact, the goalkeeper for Hoffenheim has actually had a marvellous game. No comments yet at the moment, but give us a few more comments if you can before the game. What do you think of Liverpool's performance? A good professional performance. Great goal there from Milner. What do you think? Was it the Milner goal or was it an own goal? 60% to 40% in Hoffenheim's favour. They've had 7 attempts to Liverpool's 13, but Liverpool have had 8 on target to Hoffenheim's 2. And that has just been the difference, really. Liverpool have had more chances despite having inferior possession. And sometimes that can happen in football. Remember last year when Burnley beat Liverpool 2-0 and they had about 19% of possession. Liverpool had about 81%. It does happen, and Liverpool have played a classic, in my opinion, a classic away performance where it's just fallen perfectly for them all evening long. Hoffenheim have tried to make all the running if they can. That penalty miss from Kramaric will really haunt them now, because if that goes in, then the game is definite. But the game is quite honestly a different game. But the way it's gone, that's how it is. And just to remind you, it's the 25th anniversary of the Premier League, and on the BBC Sport website, for those who might want to have a little bit of a nostalgia fix later on, The very first match of the day from 92-93. As you'll just see an opportunity here for Hoffenheim. Shot coming in, good save by Mignolet, diving away to his left, stunning play, and knocked away once more. And just for a moment then Hoffenheim looked as if they got back into the game. Offside flag has got up, free kick. No, offside flag wasn't offside, and it's out for a throw, incidentally. And Hoffenheim take the throw, level with the penalty area. Ball tossed in towards the 6-yard box, and goalkeeper's got it. And Kramovic's header, never troubling the scorers. Not been their day. This was the opportunity. I think it was the shot coming in. Oh, it was the number 18, in fact. Amira, who struck that with his right foot. It was a good save. Just to remind you, again, as I say, on the BBC Sport website, they're running a stream of the first episode of the 1992-93 season, a match of the day. The featured games from that era was Leeds against Wimbledon from Ellen Road. They were the champions in those days. And Manchester United against Sheffield United, where Brian Deane actually scored the first ever Premier League goal. So worth a watch. That's on the BBC Sport website from 10 o'clock tonight. So if you want to hear more football, see more football, that will be in the next port of call as Liverpool come forward looking for a third goal. Shot left footed, and in the end wide from Mane, and a goal kick it is to Hoffenheim. Liverpool looking to kill off this game, and they're going to make a final substitution. Firmino has absolutely run himself into the ground. No goal for him tonight, but he's been hard work. And Dominic Solanke will come on for 6.5 minutes now in this first leg. 6.5 minutes of Champions League football experience. For the young lads, it's a real education, but it's been more than an education for Trent Alexander-Arnold, his free kick goal, and James Milner. So two Englishmen have sort of showed the Germans and all the foreigners from both teams how to score goals, and that's going to be the difference here in Germany tonight. A really enjoyable game of football. I've certainly enjoyed the games that I've allocated, that we've covered here on the YouTube channel. I really have enjoyed bringing the games to you, certainly live, and obviously delayed, of course. The Birmingham games, of course, will be obviously delayed unless I'm around and we do go live. And an unchanged Liverpool side look as if they're going to come away with a win. 5 minutes left of the game, and Liverpool now looking in complete and utter control as Mane takes that down, but his first touch is a bit heavy and straight into the arms of goalkeeper Barman. He's had a marvellous match, even in defeat, for Hoffenheim, and they're not going to give up Hoffenheim. A goal would certainly give them a sporting chance going to Anfield next week. And a week on Wednesday they played the second leg, these two teams. But 2 goals down going to Anfield, I don't think it's going to help their cause too much. But we will bring it to you live on the YouTube channel next week, as Liverpool look to have 1 foot at the moment in the group phase, which would make it 5 English teams. Celtic are aiming tomorrow night to make it 6, of course, in their game up at Celtic Park. Home advantage usually can bring its advantages, although Hoffenheim haven't made their home advantage count. They had a penalty early on in the first half, which Kramovic squandered, and in the end it's come back to haunt them with just less than 4 minutes now still to go. Liverpool in command. They've worked their socks off today, and fully deserve at least a 2-goal lead to take them back to Anfield. They could have had a third, arguably, in the game. That's the way it has been really for them all evening. So Jurgen Klopp's side, 1 foot as things stand, but here's a chance for Hoffenheim. Good shot, it's in the corner. That is a superb goal, and Hoffenheim have got themselves on the scoreboard. It's a great finish. 2-1. So there is hope yet for the Germans. It's a little slender one, a left-footed shot just to the left of the 6-yard, left of the penalty spot. It was struck in with great efficiency by Hoof. So 2-1. Bowling from the right hand side. Well, though Hoof looks suspiciously offside to me, took it down well on his chest, shot left-footed. Mignolet had no hope, and all of a sudden, Hoffenheim have half a chance. Might give them a little bit of confidence going into that second leg at Anfield in a week on Wednesday. But Hoof has pulled one back for Hoffenheim, and it's 2-1 now here in Germany. So we've had a really exciting 3-goal first leg. But Liverpool still in the box seat as they come forward looking for number 3. But the clean sheet goes away. Mark Hoof with a superb finish. So 2-1 it is to Liverpool still. No clean sheet for Liverpool. Another concern for Jurgen Klopp. Poor defending, says Ashley. We'll finish his comment off in a minute because Liverpool had an opportunity there to go 3-1 up inside the penalty area. Ball back out now, 25 yards from goal. Moreno has it now towards Manny on the left hand side. Manny turns deep inside Hoffenheim territory. And 2-1 Liverpool lead, but they're giving possession away. And another Hoffenheim goal would certainly make the second leg that a bit more interesting. Actually, just to go back to his comment just now, the defenders were looking for the offside flag, which didn't come. It was poor defending, but it did look offside on the replay. One has to take. There's a substitution about to come on. Grich is about to come on to replace Manny, who's had a decent enough match tonight. He's done really well, hasn't scored, but has made a few opportunities for himself. High fives from Jurgen Klopp. But at the moment they've still got the 2 away goals, which is an insurance policy, so even if they end up drawing 2-2 even as a worst case scenario, it will still put Liverpool in the box seat because of the 2 away goals. But it would give Hoffenheim renewed hope going into the second leg at Anfield a week in 8 days time, knowing that there's an opportunity there for them to upset the odds in the second leg. But Liverpool, even when the backs are against the wall here, and they've got a chance on the far side, and Hoof was waiting again. He was hovering dangerously at that far post. He looks a dangerous player, that number 19, I have to say. And they've taken the corner quickly. Liverpool haven't switched on. The ball into the area, headed away, only half away though. And still Hoffenheim trying to reload. As we now go into the last 30 seconds of normal time. In fact, we're now into the last 20 seconds of added time. And there's a chance now. Liverpool can make it 3. Hits the post. I think the referee's getting a free kick to Hoffenheim. Foul there on one of the Hoffenheim defenders. So a free kick. So it's been accredited, in fact, to Nordfeldt, the own goal. So James Milner will not get the goal. So it's been accredited as a Nordfeldt own goal, as I suspected it might be. They did initially give it to Milner, but the UEFA Dubious Goals Committee has said it's a Nordfeldt own goal. We're into 4 added minutes and a free kick to the Germans. Have they got one more chance? If they make it 2-2, then Liverpool are only themselves to blame, although they do have the insurance policy of 2 away goals, but they will be absolutely furious in themselves. They may as well throw everything at it now. The captain's forward from the back. Nordfeldt, I can see up from the back here. It's all or nothing now. So Vogt and Nordfeldt both forward from the back. Nordfeldt will want to atone for his own goal. It's going to be crossed in from the left hand side. It is crossed in. And the free header over the top. Free header over the top. I'm not sure who it was there. I think it might have been Hoof with the header. Let's have a look at it again on the replay. I've just seen a replay of that and it was over the top. Free header. And in fact, oh, what an opportunity. Free header for Hoffenheim. It could have easily been 2-2. We played 1 minute and 30 of the second half. Stoppage time. So basically we're halfway through time added on. Oh, coming up towards halfway of the time added on. 4 minutes of course. We're into the second of the 4. Ashley agrees, he has to get that on target. What a great chance for Hoffenheim to get level, and Ashley of course would dearly love to see Hoffenheim equalise, being a Manchester United supporter. And that's going to run into touch on the near side. What a performance this has been from Hoffenheim in the last 4 to 5 minutes. They've really gone for it. They've got one back for Hoof. Now they might have an opportunity. The shot was deflected away. It was a left-footed shot from about 30 yards out. Right of centre. Now Hoffenheim trying to make a break on the right-hand side. They're going for it now, the German side. Another shot comes in. Charged down. Liverpool now defending for their lives. We're way past halfway mark of the 4 minutes. And there's an Hoffenheim player gone on the ground. As I can see, is prostrate, or looks to be prostrate on the ground. It's the number 10, Damabea. Hurt himself when shooting. And his shot was charged down. Not sure whether it's cramp or not. Had 2 minutes 42 seconds of the 4 minutes. Liverpool holding on here in Germany. Led 2-0 for goals from Alexander Arnold and an own goal from Nordveld as Damere Bay comes off, or basically hops himself off the field so he can receive treatment. We've got 1 minute of the 4 to go. I should also add it is a minimum. I should stress that very vehemently. Meanwhile, the number 10 getting with treatment and getting the ice back on that thing. I think that's him out of the game now, possibly the second leg, as Liverpool now just try to see the game out now with 40 seconds of the 4 minutes to go. Here's Salah now running at the defender. Salah cuts in from the right hand side. Real opportunity here for Liverpool to finish this off. Milner now just to the left of the D, cuts inside. Moreno with a shot, tries to chip it, and a good save by Barman. Really did well, palmed it into the air and then caught it at the second time of asking. We're deep into stoppage time, inside the last 20 seconds of the 4. There's another Hoffenheim player going down. The referee says no, carry on, let's get on with it. Hoof is the man that's gone down, but he's got back up again. 5 seconds remain here in this first leg. We're now into time added on for time added on. Liverpool on the attack. The referee looks at his watch, and here's Milner now. Breaks down for Liverpool. Just have to play it into the corners. Nothing fancy now. The referee puts whistle to his mouth, and there will be no more. But this first leg anyway, Jurgen Klopp, very relieved man at the end of it all, because Liverpool went 2 goals up and then made it hard work for themselves, certainly in the last 5 or 6 minutes when Hoof pulled a goal back for Hoffenheim. Earlier they got in front, Liverpool, for a 35th minute goal from Trent Alexander-Arnold. And then inside the last 20 minutes, James Milner's deflected effort went in off the Nordveld, and that will go down as an own goal as the two managers there shake hands down below me. As Liverpool looked to be in easy street then, but it was certainly far from easy street when a goal came back from Hoof to pull it back to 2-1. A superb left-footed finish just to the right and left of the penalty spot, making it 2-1. But it's Liverpool who take the game by that 2-1 margin. They will go through to the... Nothing's been sorted out tonight, so Hoffenheim still in with a shout of qualifying, but Liverpool will be very much in the box seat as regards this, and the team's very sportingly shaking hands. Good applause there from the Liverpool fans. We hope to hear from Jurgen Klopp in the next 5 minutes or so, but it's been a remarkable game of football. It's been very enjoyable. Jurgen Klopp there, delighted. He wants to shake every Liverpool player's hand. But really, as far as Hoffenheim was concerned, I think the damage was done in the first half when they missed a penalty. That goes in and it's 1-0 to the German side, and it's a different ball game really. And there is the full-time score then. Hoffenheim 1, Liverpool 2. Liverpool with those 2 away goals, which really gives them that breathing space going into the second leg on week and 1 day from now, a week on Wednesday in actual fact, as the number 10 there makes his way off the field there, and he looks in absolute agony here as the teams now finally walk off the pitch. The statistics: 59 to 41% in Hoffenheim's favour. 4 shots on target, Hoffenheim 8 to Liverpool. Liverpool had a whopping 14 attempts at the end of the game really, but it's Liverpool who take a narrow victory here. And obviously Celtic play tomorrow then. So before we leave you tonight, I don't think we'll have time to hear from Jurgen Klopp, but we will certainly bring you all the other scores around Europe tonight before we leave you then here in Germany. Champions League, full times then. Let's Let's do the full-time scores then from the Champions League. And of course, transfer news. Also, Gylfi Sigurdsson has agreed to move for £45 million to Everton. So Gylfi Sigurdsson. In other news, that Burnley have had a £10 million bid for Sam Glucas rejected as well. So it's been it's been hotting up a little bit in the transfer window. But it's Liverpool who take the spoils. So let's have a look at the final outcomes in all the other games that have taken place in Europe tonight, and then of course there's the Championship scores we'll bring you before we finish in about two or 3 minutes time. So as you've heard, Hoffenheim 1, Liverpool 2. That's finished here in Germany, and Karabag 1, Copenhagen 0. That was earlier on. Matt Claret has just said we need to stop haggling. I agree with you there, Matt Claret. Nice to hear from you. Apple Nicosia 2, Sparta Prague 0. Great result there for the Greek side. Sporting 0, Steaua Bucharest 0. Maybe a chance missed there for the Portuguese side. Young Boys of Bern 0, CSKA Moscow 1. Good result there for the side from Moscow. In the Championship, full times there, and there is 1 8 o'clock kickoff that's still going on. Barnsley 2, Nottingham Forest 1. Good result that for Barnsley. Birmingham against Bolton ends goalless. Brentford have turned it around in the second half against Bristol City. Great result for them. They're into the 7th minute of time and on. Neil Warnock has beaten his old club and the team he used to support in Sheffield United 2-0. Derby have won a narrow victory over Preston 1-0. Hull 1, Wolves 3. They're into the 6th minute of time and on. That's still a later score. Leeds and Fulham have drawn 0-0. Middlesbrough 2, Burton Albion 0. A terrific game down at the New Den. Millwall 3, Ipswich 4, and Reading 2, Aston Villa 0. It's not going right for Steve Bruce at the moment. So let's have a look at what happened in the Championship then. The scorers. Pearson put Barnsley in front. Murphy equalised for Nottingham Forest after 26 minutes, but Hedges got the winning goal 5 minutes into the second half, so Barnsley take the game 2-1. Birmingham Bolton, as we said, 0-0. Bristol City have just equalised, in fact, in the 8th minute of stoppage time at Griffin Park, so Brentford, who looked as if they were on course for a point, look as if they're going to have on course for 3 points, look as if they're going to drop 2. The scorers in that game, Brownhill had put Bristol City in front. Marley Watkins had put Brentford level. Then Mapai put Brentford 2-1 up. I've not got the identity of the goal scorer yet for Bristol City, but it is 2-2 in that game. Cardiff 2, Sheffield United 0. That is a full-time score. Morrison and Mendes-Lang the scorers. Morrison just before half-time on the 44th minute mark, and Mendes-Lang 10 minutes into the second half. Cardiff now 9 points out of a possible 9 for their first 3 games, going very, very well at the moment. At Pride Park, or the iPro Stadium to give it its proper name, a penalty after 58 minutes from Michael Vidra gives Derby County just a narrow 1-0 victory over Preston North End in that particular game. Wolves look as if they're going to go 9 out of 9 as well. Hull City 1, Wolverhampton 3. De Silva Nembes put Wolves ahead after 6 minutes. Michael Dawson equalised after 27 for Hull, and then Texiera De Silva put Wolves in front after 43, and Dicko right at the end. Looks as if it's going to be 3-1 to Wolves. They're playing in the 10th minute, amazingly, a stoppage time down at the K-Cobb Stadium. Leeds and Fulham ended goalless. Middlesbrough 2, Burton 0. 2 goals from debutant Breda Sombalonga, a long time Burnley target actually, but starting to pay a little bit of the £16 million that Middlesbrough shelled out for him there. A terrific game down at the New Den, incidentally, between Millwall and Ipswich Town. Wallace put Millwall ahead after 1 minute. Garner equalised for Ipswich after 4 minutes. Then Waghorn put Ipswich in front for the first time after 34 minutes. And then O'Brien equalised for Millwall, so that made it 2-2. In the 3rd minute of stoppage time, Waghorn put Ipswich in front. And then Elliott made it 3-3 after 80 minutes, and it looked as if both teams were going to end up with a point apiece. But Ipswich Town nicked it in the last couple of minutes. Spence with the winning goal after 88 minutes. A terrific game there down in South East London, down at the New Den. And just to give you the latest scores at the Majeski Stadium, Reading now 2, Aston Villa 1 is a latest score with 2 minutes to go. Whelan with an own goal for Reading, putting them in front. Barrow made it 2-1. 10 minutes of the second half. Whelan's own goal coming after 4 minutes of the second half. Connor Huron has just scored one back for Aston Villa. So that's 2-1 there. 0-2 Wolves 3 is now another goal now. David Myler has just scored from the penalty spot, and now in fact that was the last kick of the game, I'm told, at the KCOM Stadium, so it looks as if it's going to be a point apiece as regards that. And we'll just get the identity of the Bristol City goal scorer, and it was Reid in the 8th minute of stoppage time saved a point for Bristol City. So some real drama to finish there in South London, in West London there. So some terrific games in the Championship, and I'm sure anyone who's watched or taken a keen interest in those games tonight will certainly have had their money's worth. Certainly their money's worth here this evening. So a really remarkable finish now, and I think we can hear from one of the managers. I think Jurgen Klopp is ready to talk to the TV guys. Let's hear from him before we go then. In fact, we'll hear from 2 of the Liverpool players, Jordan Henderson.
Yeah, I think again we'll be disappointed with a goal. Would have definitely wanted to take a clean sheet back to Anfield. So yeah, I think at the end we'll be disappointed with that, but overall we've got to be pleased with the result and how we played at times. I thought we looked really dangerous on the counter-attack, probably could have scored a few more. So I think we'll be pleased taking the 2-1 back to Anfield.
Trent, that's a special night for you in many respects. What a way to mark your European debut.
Yeah, obviously it's a thing of dreams to make your European debut for your boyhood club, and especially to mark it with a goal as well was very special for me. But more importantly, we got the win, and like Jordan said, I think we will be still a little bit disappointed with the late goal, but it's always good to take a lead back to Anfield.
It takes a bit of confidence to step up at the age of 18. You've got international players around you and take that free kick.
Yeah, I kind of got egged on to do it, to be honest. I never put my hand up at first, but I had the confidence to finally take it, and yeah, it paid off.
What do you think of this man next to you?
Brilliant. Obviously he was outstanding last season, and he's come back and he's gone up another level again pre-season. He's been brilliant. The last week I thought he was outstanding again, and then tonight brilliant again. I mean, the free kick's no coincidence. He's been doing that every day in training for the last few weeks. That's why he's on them, to be fair, and he does it on the big stage, so fair play to him, and he's just got to keep working hard and keep putting in performances like that.
What did you make of Hoffenheim? Because Simon Mignolet had to make a few interventions, a penalty save of course as well.
Yeah, we knew it would be a tough game. We looked at the strengths and also the weaknesses, but a very strong team. We knew it would be difficult. Obviously Sai made a great save from the penalty to keep us in the game early on, and then I thought we grew in confidence as the game went on, and like I say, we probably could have scored a few more, but the tie's not over yet. Another game to play at Anfield, so we've got to make sure it's another good performance to get to the group stage.
I suppose we should finish with a Liverpool lad who's been at Liverpool since the age of 6. Finish the job at Anfield, Trent?
Hopefully, yeah. Again, we'll go in with a game plan, but we know it's not going to be an easy game. But we have strategies to beat them, and we are done tonight, and we done it. So I'm sure when we go back to Anfield, we'll have another one, and hopefully we'll get into the group stages.
Well done, gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Trent Alexander-Arnold was also the other guy there, the man who was the hero really with that free kick. They were both talking to Des Kelly. But that's it really from tonight. I hope you very much enjoyed the stream. Liverpool have won it by 2-1, but really, to be quite honest, it was anything but easy for Liverpool. I hope you very much enjoyed our stream, but we'll be back. We'll be back with just a couple of things to note in your diary. LTF Extra Time, that will come up tomorrow night with myself and Mike Claret, Chris Whiteman and myself, John Stuttard. We both presented, and we will both be there. That's on the LTF channel. You'll be out, and you'll have a link to that particular channel in the description below, and also on Magclar's 94's channel to bring you up the Kalani Legends Trophy. Ajax against Liverpool, incidentally, is going up on his channel now, so take a look at that if you can. If you're already subscribed to Magclar 94's channel, go over to his channel in just a moment, because that game is being uploaded now to his channel, so don't miss that. Other games coming up on the YouTube channel, my YouTube channel, full delay coverage of the Burnley versus West Brom match. That will be on Monday. On Tuesday we'll have a League Cup game, possibly a delayed League Cup game, possibly on Burnley versus Blackburn. That will be next week, of course. And finally, live from Anfield next week, the second leg of the Champions League, Liverpool versus Hoffenheim, will be on the air at around about 7:35 with a kick-off at 7:45. Hope you can join us for that. From me, JB, have a very good evening. Enjoy the rest of your evening, enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll see you through LTF on Saturday, and of course the Extra Time programme as well. Don't forget, we'll leave LTF in the description below, the link for the channel. But for me, JB, John Stuttard, I hope you enjoyed our stream tonight, and we wish you a very good night. From me, take care, see you soon.